eyes. Forever. The billionaire was gone. Days later, the family gathered as the lawyer opened the will.
What? Everything? My father's life's work will go to Helena? Yep!
For the first time, Alice questioned the promise she made to herself.
I still don't believe in love. Never have. And maybe I never will. But I refuse to watch everything my father sacrificed for. Everything he built with his own hands slip away from me. If marriage is the only condition, then I'll get married. Not for love, but to protect my father's legacy.
The next morning, Alice dressed elegantly for work, trying to remain strong despite the pain in her heart. But outside her company headquarters, dozens of journalists had already gathered. The shocking news of her father's will had spread across the country like wildfire.
Miss Alice, is it true you'll lose your father's entire fortune if you refuse to marry?
We are outside Zane Corporate Towers, where heiress Alice is being pursued by the press amid a reported ultimatum of fortune if you refuse to marry. How are you coping after such a heartbreaking condition in your father's will?
Do you already have someone you intend to marry? Or are you prepared to lose everything your father built?
Alice stopped, took a deep breath, looked into the cameras, preparing to give the answer that would leave the entire nation speechless.
The next morning, Alice shocked the entire nation. Alice shocked the entire nation. I won't date anyone. I won't choose a boyfriend. I won't choose a boyfriend. On my wedding day, whoever catches my wedding flower will become my husband.
The announcement spread like wildfire. Thousands of men prepared for the impossible.
Among those watching was Emeka, a man who had everything, except Alice, the woman he loved, but could never win. He had asked for her hand many times, yet she always refused. Now, as he watched her from afar, his heart raced with one question. Would tonight bring them together, or separate them forever?
I've heard your questions, and I know the whole country is waiting for my answer.
The conference hall fell completely silent. Every camera, every journalist, and every executive waited for Alice to speak. Alice walked confidently toward the podium. She adjusted the microphone, took a deep breath, and looked across the hall.
I won't date anyone. I won't choose a boyfriend. On my wedding day, I will wear my wedding gown. I will turn my back to everyone present, and whoever catches my flower will become my husband.
Silence filled the conference hall. No one moved, no one spoke. Then suddenly, reporters rushed forward. Camera flashes lit up the entire hall. Within minutes, television stations, radio broadcasts, newspapers, and social media exploded with the news.
The announcement spread across the country like wildfire. Thousands of men.
Breaking news. Billionaire Johnson Alice will marry whichever man catches her bouquet.
Meanwhile, someone else watched the broadcast. With a quiet smile, her name was Helena. Helena, Alice's cousin, knew the contents of the billionaire's will. If Alice failed to marry, the entire empire would become hers.
Alice? Fall in love? That will never happen. She has rejected every man who ever loved her. She'll never marry.
Later that evening, Helena visited Alice with a confident smile.
So, cousin, planning a wedding? I'll believe it when I see it. Don't celebrate yet. I'm not giving up on my father's legacy. Because a woman who doesn't believe in love can never become a wife.
A few minutes later, Helena stood up to leave, wearing a satisfied smile.
Wait, let me change my cloth and walk you out properly. As soon as Alice was gone, Helena's smile faded. After checking that no one was watching, she pulled out a mysterious substance and secretly poured it into Alice's
A dying billionaire made one final condition, a condition that would change every life forever. Secrets are exposed, loyalties are tested, episode 4.
As both women walked toward the door with excitement, Helena suddenly stopped and turned to Alice. Never mind, I'll go alone. My boyfriend is waiting for me in the car. You've never been good with the opposite sex anyway.
Alice forced a small smile.
Maybe you're right.
The glass of wine sat quietly on the table. Alice picked it up and took several sips.
A few moments later, her head began to feel heavy. Her vision became blurry. The room started spinning around her.
What's happening? She tried to stand. The glass slipped from her hand. Crash! It shattered across the floor. But suddenly, everything went dark. She collapsed unconscious. Clear the hallway! Trauma room 1 is ready!
Her pulse is weak. Hang on, we are almost there. Set defibrillator to 200.
Let's move her on 3. 1, 2. Done and dusted.
What has the Viper committed this time?
Alice, our plan.
So soon? You mean succeeded?
Completely.
You didn't answer me.
You still haven't apologized for calling me a bad girl.
Fine. I'm sorry. That's what you always wanted.
We both wanted something.
You wanted power, and I wanted her heart. Instead, she made me lower myself, competing with strangers for a flower.
Well, that serves her right.
Remember our deal. Emeka reached into his pocket and slowly pulled out a sparkling diamond ring. Without hesitation, he gently slipped it onto her finger.
At the hospital, Alice remained unconscious. Machines beeped softly beside her bed. Hours later, her eyes slowly opened.
Beside Alice is Emeka.
Who are you?
What? It's me, Emeka. The treatment saved her life, but she can't remember places or recent events. We'll do everything possible to help her recover. The moment Emeka heard those words, then left the room.
He raced straight from the hospital to Helena's house. But before going inside, he kept looking over his shoulder. Then he burst into the dining room. Helena was quietly drinking tea.
What happened?
It worked.
What worked?
She can't remember anything.
Are you serious?
I knew exactly what I gave you. Meanwhile, across the city, another story was beginning. Yet one of the loneliest.
Have you heard about the woman who wants to choose a husband with a bouquet? You mean the billionaire's daughter? Get me everything you can find about her. I want to attend. You're bringing yourself that low? Maybe. But something about her feels different.
Why is it that I can't remember anything? Don't worry, madam. I'll help you remember the little I know. Go ahead, get in. Okay. Are you okay? I will be. Why not call your cousin Helena and tell her we're coming home? Just do whatever you need to do.
Love brought them back together, but the journey wasn't over.
So, what's the next plan? Hello? Hello, Madam Helena. I just wanted to let you know. I'm bringing Madam Alice home now.
Helena slowly lowered the phone, her face filled with fear.
She's on her way home.
Emeka pulled out his phone immediately. His expression turned cold.
We have to act fast. One phone call changed everything.
The black Jeep sped along a quiet estate road. Alice stared out the window, trying to remember her past. Suddenly, swerved across the road, blocking their path. The driver slammed the brakes. She watched helplessly as armed robbers took her madam away. Fear froze her body.
Some roads are never meant to be found, but once you enter, the forest never lets you leave the same. Tonight, they're not just running through the darkness, they're driving straight into it.
In less than a minute, everything. No witnesses, only the sound of spinning blades. And somewhere beyond those clouds, a far more dangerous game had just begun.
Finally, she's gone.
No one can stop us now. Alice was the last obstacle.
Soon, the company becomes mine. And after that, our wedding.
Others pray for those they love. Chidinma's tears carried a warning. No one could hear. She stops, looks back. Tears fill her eyes.
This was my home.
Please, where are you taking me? Shut up! She's too loud. Do it now.
No, please, no!
The mud-caked jeep races through the plateau bush, stopping at a luxurious, heavily guarded mansion.
Welcome home. You're safer here than with the people who claim they love you.
A magnificent dining table is covered with a lavish feast, golden roasted chicken, jollof rice, exotic fruits, and fruit juice.
Where am I? Who are you?
You're going to be here for a very long time. You might even find a husband here. And finally use those wedding flowers you're so fond of.
At the mention of flowers, Alice freezes. The word triggers a violent spark in her mind.
I will only marry any man that catches my flower.
Members of the board. Members of the board. As per the late Mr. Johnson's will, if Miss Alice Johnson remains missing or refuses to return to her duties, Helena will assume the role of interim president.
Barrister, you should have told them I'm taking over immediately. Why the delay?
That wasn't the plan, Helena. The will is specific. Alice must refuse to marry or be absent for 6 months. We have to follow the law to break it.
You are the late Mr. Johnson's lawyer. Use your authority, remember. Emeka and I promised you 20% of the company shares once the ink is dry on my appointment.
Then you and Emeka should move up the wedding and ensure Alice stays in that village for the full 6 months without remembering a thing. Tell your men to keep injecting her every 3 days.
The guard made one decision, and it could cost him his life. You promised me $50 million. I know you're the billionaire's daughter. Don't betray me. Go, before they find out you're gone.
When the road splits into two, take the left path. Don't stop, no matter what happens.
But neither of them knew. Someone had already discovered the escape.
Could Alice outrun the men hunting her? Or was she riding straight into another deadly trap? The answer awaits in the next episode.
Have you ever wondered why some people remain strong when storms shake their world? Why some families stay united when challenges come like floods? And why some men and women walk through life with confidence, wisdom, and peace? The answer is often simple. Someone taught them lessons that money could never buy. Someone passed down wisdom from one generation to another. Today, let us sit beneath the tree of wisdom and learn from the priceless lessons of fathers. When the roots of a tree begin to decay, it spreads death to the branches. My friends, success begins at the roots. Character is the root. Discipline is the root. Integrity is the root. Many people chase the fruits of success, but ignore the roots that produce them. A father teaches that before you become great in public, you must become disciplined in private. The world celebrates results. Wisdom builds habits, and habits create results. Just as the mighty baobab tree starts as a tiny seed, greatness begins with small daily choices. The lesson of patience. A father once told his son, if you plant a seed today, do not dig it up tomorrow to check if it is growing. Patience is the companion of success. We live in a world that wants quick riches, quick fame, and quick rewards. But nature teaches a different lesson. The river does not rush, yet it reaches the ocean. The sun does not hurry, yet it arrives every morning. And the farmer does not harvest the day after. So be patient with your dreams. Be patient with your progress. Trust the process. Great things take time to grow. The power of hard work. African proverb says, no matter how long the night lasts, the sun will eventually rise. Hard work may not reward you immediately, but it never leaves empty-handed. A father teaches that sweat is often the price of success. The eagle flies high because it dares to leave the comfort of the nest. The lion becomes king, not because of his title, but because of his courage. And a successful person becomes successful not because of luck, but because they keep moving when others quit. And a successful person becomes successful not because of luck, but because when life becomes difficult, do not stop. When people laugh at your dreams, do not stop. When the road becomes rough, do not stop. The darkest hour often comes just before dawn. The wisdom of character. A father's greatest inheritance is not land. It is not money. It is not property. It is character. Money can disappear overnight, but good character follows you everywhere. A beautiful African saying teaches us, a good name is better than riches. Be honest even when no one is watching. Be kind even when others are not. Be humble even when you succeed, because the fruit-laden tree bends low. The more successful you become, the more humble you should be. Choosing your companions. Listen carefully. If you walk with people who complain every day, you may soon complain like them. Every great story begins with a single step, and every generation becomes stronger when it listens to the wisdom of those who came before. If you walk with dreamers, you will begin to dream. If you walk with builders, you will begin to build. African elders say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Choose friends who challenge you to become better. Choose people who speak life into your dreams. Choose companions who inspire growth, not excuses. So carry these lessons in your heart. Pass them to your children. Pass them to your community. Pass them to the next generation. Because wisdom shared becomes a legacy. And a father's wisdom is one of the greatest gifts life can ever give. Thank you. And may your journey be filled with purpose, success, and lasting happiness.